we was on the sideline of defense, but the offensive players came over and say, "Here go James." When he bent over to salute the crowd, he was like, "I'm motherfucking James Bryant."
Okay, I gotta ask you. So like I said, I was at the Orange Bowl during those years, and the FIU game I was at. So, and we've asked Vaughn about this. Bruce, what was that? What was that FIU game like? What was going through your head when, I mean, all hell broke loose?
Well, man, look, man, it was already built up. I don't know what
Got
was
any more?
before. It was built up from day one. I mean, we had like a little party on campus, you know what I'm saying? And they came to the party out there, then it kind of went from there. Then once they get to the football field, I guess they thinking they should be at with Miami, and they can't. And then we started winning, and then I guess it got to the point they couldn't control it no more. So hey, so shoot, I mean, I'm standing up looking, so I see somebody rush the field, so shoot, I'm like, this can't be real right now. This can't be going on. So I get off the bench and put my helmet on and walk, and before I realize, everybody out there on the field, man, and hey, the rest is history.
I mean, do you have any memorable moments in the fight that you want to share?
Say what?
I said, do you have any like memorable moments from the fight that you want to share, or if you don't want to touch it, that's fine.
I
It
don't
was
really.
me. I gave it to him. I gave it to Landry.
Shoot, you know what I'm saying? You out there brawling and out of nowhere, you see somebody get body slammed. That was pretty like exciting. I only seen that really like in wrestling. But to see somebody actually get picked up like a
But
rag doll with all that stuff on, whew, I kind of
So
felt
let
proud
me.
of myself.
I want to ask both of you guys. Lavon, I'll ask you first actually. So we've talked a lot about the culture change at the University of Miami from those early 2000 teams, and you guys came to Coral Gables when, I mean, the Hurricanes were still the Canes. But what do you think? What do you think happened at Green Tree and at the University of Miami that kind of changed the culture of the program to, we're losing like 6 games and 7 games a year to when 5 years before that we were national champions? What do you think, played into that, Lavon?
like we had, like I say, like Bruce said, we had 4 different officer coordinators. We had different coaches. We just had it was just like a turnstile of coaches coming through there. You could go in the office for a coach for 1 year. The next year, he's not even in the office no more. It's just a whole, like, we was never able to get a camaraderie. It wasn't like coaches was leaving for the NFL like you see with Alabama, or coaches going to get another head coaching job. It was just coaches were not around no more.
Okay.
What about you, Bruce?
Like Levon said, man, that as well, like recruiting, you know what I'm saying? Not saying nothing against the recruiters we have or whatever, but I'm saying, like we just had to kind of catch up a little bit with some stuff. We just got an indoor not too long ago. So, you know what I'm saying? Some schools and stuff had that before us. So that, you know what I'm saying, appeals to a lot of kids. You know what I'm saying? They might want to go where they got the better facilities. So, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes that happens. You know what I'm saying? Um, like I said, we just got it. We catching up to it. Our season, you know what I'm saying? We getting better recruits. We getting people coming in. A lot of people from the transfer portal coming in. So, I mean, we're steadily coming along. I mean, I don't feel like this whole little drought of how we've been is gonna be for too long. I feel like we're right there where we need to be. We just got to get over that little hump.
So Bruce, are you still pretty close to the University of Miami? Like, do you still follow up on them?
Yes, sir, I do. Demarcus Van Dyke, he works there. So, you know what I'm saying? When the season goes along, I hit him up every now and again to see what's going on. I haven't been down there in a couple of years, but I plan on this year going down there more. But I do have to keep up with my Canes, man. I'm a diehard Canes fan. I'm an alumni, so you know what I'm saying. Like me and Lavon, you know what I'm saying. We help build up, you know what I'm saying, what they have now. So of course we gonna check and see what's going on. I know I am. You know what I'm saying. That's just in my blood. That's just in my name.
Yeah.
I can't turn away from that.
So what are your thoughts? And Lavon, you can go after Bruce. Bruce, what are your thoughts on Coach Manny Diaz And what were you thinking last year? I mean, we're losing to FIU. What was going through your mind as a
What you
former
want?
player?
As a former player, look, man, I know you can't build Rome wasn't built in a day. So, you know what I'm saying? Yes, Manager Diaz, in my opinion, is a great person for the job. Is he going to get it done in 1 year? No, I don't think that's just with anybody. It's going to take you having to build, and I think he's doing those steps right now to go. I mean, okay, FIU, that happens. That's what happens in the rebuilding season. I think Jimmy Johnson would have told him give him 3 years. You know what I'm saying, to get everything together. It takes some time. So, I mean, I feel like, so we had people before, you know what I'm saying, but I feel like he's a staple in there.
Go to the bathroom.
Got somebody from in-house to come, and I feel like he's doing what he needs to do to build this program up. I mean, we got Ed Reed in there. I mean, like, he's doing what he needs to do to get these young guys in here and rebuild this culture to where we need to go. And I got my full trust in him.
Yeah. What about you, Lavon? What are your thoughts on Coach Diaz?
I just piggyback off what Bruce said. Like Jimmy Johnson said, give him 3 years, and look at him right now. He went 7-6 last year, and now he got one of the top recruiting classes. You just have to give guys time to be in your program and get the right staff in place, get the right guys in place, and a guy like Manny Diaz, who we played against when he was at NC State as a defensive coordinator, a guy who had a really good defense at NC State. So we know he's a good defensive coordinator. Now we see how good as a recruiter and how good of a coach he is as a head coach with getting guys together. And for a guy to get Derek King and Jared Williams to come to your program from Houston, that's big.
Yeah, absolutely. And so I have to ask you guys this. I don't know if you saw this in the news, but our friend Nevin Shapiro is he just got out of prison.
Who?
So, Nevin Shapiro. Lavon, we've talked to you about this, but Bruce, when you hear that name, what comes to your mind?
He was just a big fan, man. I mean, he loves the game. And he just told me he made it to the games, So, I mean, that's all I know.
Bruce, you was there 2005 when he came storming through there and said, "What about if Devin Hester starting? What happened?"
Man, all I know is man come to the games. All I know is never come to the games, man. He a big fan, and he shows game big spirit.
Yeah, I was joking around on Twitter the other night saying that now that players can be financially compensated for their likeness and stuff like that, I was wondering if Nevin's gonna pay our guys like $300,000 to show up at yacht parties again. So,
Hey, it's news to me. I don't know, man.
I'm just messing with you, Bruce.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, Bruce, so Bruce, when you think about your time at the University of Miami, what's the number one memorable game for you as a player? And then Lavon, you can go after Bruce.
I would have to say, even though I didn't play, it was my freshman year, man. My freshman year, been to Clemson. All I played in my life is right here in this little town. So, I mean, we had crowds, but that's the biggest crowd I've ever heard. The whole stadium was shaking in there. We won the game. I think we had, 2 or 3 overtimes. We won the game. But, man, that was just a different experience. That was my first time flying. We flew to South Carolina, flew to Clemson. That was my first time flying. And just being in that whole atmosphere and just seeing how college football was on the, on the top 10 level, that was just amazing to me. And that's something I won't never probably forget.
Yeah. Yeah, Lavon, do you want to add to that? I mean, you told us about that Clemson game.
Man, that was my first time getting action on the defense side of the ball, and like I said, it was an exciting, fun game. My wife was there, my firstborn was there, so it's like, man, you trying to show out in front of your family, and then the game going into 3 overtimes with KP with the interceptions to seal the game, man, it was just exciting.
Yeah.
and that's before they even added in the new seats they have in the, I think it's the west end zone. Before they added those seats, man, it still was, the ground was shaking, and I'm like, man, this is what I'm talking about. Playing in this atmosphere is what it's all
KP
about.
was, like you said, KP was a freshman too, so I was excited for him because we came in together. So man, and it's to see like one of the dudes who came in together out there playing, like we was excited for him. So that was just a good experience, a whole good day, man.
Whenever I think about that game, I just think of the late great Tyrone Moss, man, scoring. I think he had like 4 touchdowns that game. He was one of my
hell of a game.
Yeah.
Yeah, he had a hell of a game, man. He was really toting us that game, man, and he really showed his Miami colors, man. Rest in peace.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's now I have to ask you this: what's the one loss that you had as a Hurricane that bugs you guys?
One loss. I say probably still my freshman year, man, against LSU in the what is the Orange Bowl?
Peach Bowl.
Peach Bowl. Yeah, my bad. The Peach Bowl. Yeah, I didn't like that game at all.
Either, man.
Because I had high hopes for that game. I thought we were gonna be in that game. It was gonna be a good game, and we were gonna just tear them up, man. It ain't come out like that. Now, you know what I'm saying? It was my first bowl game. It didn't sit well with me.
Mm-hmm.
What about you, Lavon?
07, last game in the Orange Bowl, losing to Virginia by 1,000,000 points, and then
oh my gosh, that too. I try to forget that. I almost had to erase that out there.
That game, and then I got to add another game, 08, when we lost to Georgia Tech up there. We were in the running to be in the first for the first time for Miami to be in an ACC championship game, and we lose to Georgia Tech. They just ran. I think Jonathan Dwyer is still running the ball on us. he ran for like 200 something yards. I was like, man, what is going?
Oh my gosh, man! It's just like we could never get over the hump, man. We work hard too. They don't understand that we work hard.
Yeah, I keep telling everybody about how hot Green Tree would be by the trees over there.
Man. We used to work hard, man. Coach Swayze, Coach Vic,
oh man,
Coach, they used to have us working. We used to work,
working hard, man. Then you hear Coach Vic, hey Swayze, he ain't running.
Yeah, there ain't no shortcuts, man. Ain't no cheating, man. You gotta give it 100% all the way through. That's just how we will just bread out there. It'll be some days we'll go out there and we'll have days off, but we so trained to get up, we'll just wake up out of our sleep. I know I would. I'll just wake up out my sleep and start getting ready to go, and then realize
gotta go. Like our off day would be Mondays, and you get up and just like, okay, I gotta go to work out. I'm like,
I'm nervous. I'm thinking I'm late because if you're late, man, you got consequences.
So after the LSU game, I want to ask you guys this because after the LSU game, they fired Coach Kehoe and Coach Schollinger. What did you guys think about that? Because those guys had been there they had been at the University of Miami for a long time. What did you guys think about those moves, firing those coaches?
Well, for me, man, it was a big shock to me because, like I say, those guys have always been staples there. I mean, Coach Saul sat in my house when he, recruited me and my uncle as well. So it was like on a personal level with him. I mean, we were always cool with the family and Coach Kehoe, man. We always loved him from day one. So it was just like a real shock to me. But I mean, it just opened your eyes to like how the business is. I mean, that shit has just told us day one just how, you know what I'm saying, how it is. I mean, it's college football or whatnot, but at the end of the day, it's still a business. So I mean, I don't know. It's just some stuff. I mean, once they do it, we can't do nothing about it. But we got to keep moving on.
Yeah, because Coach Kehoe was the guy who recruited me. He sat in my living room, sat in my house, sat in my coach's office at the school. And to hear him being fired, it was like, man, like a guy who's been here through almost every national championship we've had to be gone. It's like, wow.
Yeah. Yeah, man. So I got a question for you guys.